Welcome to Updated Autopsy Report, a podcast from Yotsuben and Friends where we replay the entire Ace Attorney series with longtime fans and newcomers. I'm your host, Ben, and with me today is Dessy.
Hello.
And two good friends of ours, Tiago.
Yo.
And Rose.
Hi.
I'm the longtime fan, and Dessy is joining Rose and Tiago as the newcomer for Spirit of Justice. We hope that through both of our perspectives as we play through the series, it'll reveal new details and provide interesting commentary for a series that's near and dear to us. Today we've all played the first half of Spirit of Justice's Turnabout Time Traveler. Any notes up front from anybody? Any riffing before I get into the summary?
I did take my notes in the form of a bullet-pointed to-do list for this case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And right at the top of my list is kill Larry Butts immediately.
Okay.
Kill!
Yes! Why are we killing Larry? What did he do?
Well, you see, my friends, if you'll check the ages of these characters here in this episode,
Okay.
you will find that Larry is madly crushing on a 21-year-old.
I see. Okay, yeah, that's totally fair.
And he should be tried at The Hague.
He's got like 10 years on her. It's not.
He's attempting to marry her. He has over 10 years.
He's attempting to marry
on her.
somebody at their own wedding.
Yeah, I mean that's bad, but like also she's more than a decade younger than him.
Now, I can't do it. I can't defend Larry on this
No,
one. I like
don't
Larry.
We don't need to,
defend
and also
Larry.
we don't need to get into age gap discourse either, like the
Let's not.
nitty gritty of it. But like, it's
You know what?
Larry's not great here. He
people have
doesn't
bad
look
opinions,
good either
but-
way, right? You know, like he's not. My man's got a problem. I'll say.
I think I'd probably still want to kill him, even if they were like, you know, a little more equal in age and agency.
Right.
Larice Denim?
Yeah,
My
him
guy.
too.
They're the same person. Rose,
What?
did you know that Larice Denim and Larry are the same person?
What? No way!
I
This
know.
whole time!
This whole time, I know. It was the mustache. It was the mustache, wasn't
I
it?
can't believe it worked on me.
The mustache. And
It
the
worked
pipe.
on Rose.
My thing about this case is, damn, it sure is steampunk as hell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
For being in
don't,
2026 or whatever.
Dessy sounded so
2027.
disappointed.
I don't
Yeah.
hate steam.
Oh.
Oh, all right. Let me be clear. All the
It's
steam.
just boring now.
Whoa. I was gonna come out as neutral against steampunk, which is my new band.
Well, I think we actually have all three perspectives here. I think Dessy is the steampunk hater, Tiago's the steampunk neutral, and if I recall correctly, Rose is the steampunk liker.
I am a steampunk enjoyer.
Yeah.
Boston area fans, the Watch City Steampunk Festival in Waltham. Good times. See you all there. Or
Wait,
actually, I won't because it already happened this year. Sorry. Next year, though.
Next year. Let's get into the shit.
All right, I'll bring us through the summary then. So, home from his many adventures in Korean, Phoenix takes a well-deserved rest, only to have it immediately interrupted by Larry Butts bringing like 5 squads of police officers directly to the Right Anything Agency's front stoop.
Mm-hmm.
Larry is obviously helping a bride-to-be, Ellen Wyatt, escape from the law. She was the maid for the Sprocket family, owners of an enormous aviation company, and fell in love with the heir to the business, Soren Sprocket. Larry muscles Phoenix into taking the case because, of course, Larry thinks Ellen is in love with him. She's not. Ellen wishes to reunite with Soren Fire Emblem, but the family has called off the wedding because Ellen is accused of killing the head servant, Dumas Gloomsbury.
That is a Fire Emblem character.
Upon beginning his
too.
investigation, Upon beginning his investigation, Phoenix immediately bumps into Edgeworth's red sports car, from which Maya emerges, and then Edgeworth himself. Yes, this is a good old reunion case, folks. Edgeworth will be prosecuting, because this is such a high-profile case, Maya will be assisting because who else? Athena's busy helping Trucy, and Larry is mucking things up as usual. Several things fall into place while investigating. One, someone has definitely messed with this crime scene in this giant wedding airship. Ellen thinks that she has time traveled as she experienced the entire reception twice, and the butler, Pierce Snickety, is definitely a bit suspicious.
Wait, can you repeat that name again?
Pierce Snickety.
That's the pun?
Yeah,
That's the pun, baby.
I was calling him Nichaby. God damn it.
Nope. So in court, we cross-examine Emma. Hi, Emma. Get more details of the case straightened out, and have a good old back and forth with Edgeworth. We also get to drag Larry down into the stand as well, since he stumbled around and rearranged the crime scene without realizing as usual. However, Larry also is one of those people who believes that time travel has happened, as he claims he saw a pterodactyl outside the airship's window. Phoenix says, why not? Maybe time travel did happen, and Edgeworth proceeds to lose his shit.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix then quickly follows up with, maybe the perception just happened twice for reasons? And before anyone can argue too heavily over that proposal, Pierce hops over the banister and testify that that's exactly what they did, under Soren's orders, to help cover up Ellen's definite murder of Dumas, in hopes that she would simply think that the events were a dream? The judge says this is nuts and orders another day of investigation, giving Maya and Phoenix a chance to breathe. And that's the first half.
I'm definitely Miles in this situation. I'm such a time travel hater.
Rose, we've been friends for like a pretty long time. I didn't know that you were such a time travel hater.
I know it. I was just defending steampunk, and by defending it, I mean just saying I enjoyed it. But like,
it's like isekai. It's just it's getting stale.
No,
however, I appreciate that it was extremely obvious from the get-go, even before Phoenix and Maya and Miles figure it out, that what has obviously happened is that everyone is gaslighting this poor girl, and they've staged 2 wedding receptions.
Right.
That's pretty obvious, I think.
I played the trial part today, and I was like, it is a countdown until one of us says they gaslit Ellen, and that is exactly what happened.
But they literally did,
countdown hit 0.
Well,
people throw gaslighting around a lot, but this time, though...
It wasn't the gas, it was dry ice this time. It was baby. Fog lighting.
So it really is a gaslight.
Uh-huh.
So, like, first off, I think I want to talk about Ellen real quick. I love her. I think she's
so
really
cute.
She's really cute. She, like, when you first meet her, she's like a prim and proper bride, but the second she cracks, she turns into like this cartoonish maid who like has to cook and clean everything near her, and like she cries a lot.
So many animations.
Mm-hmm.
She like cries into a frying pan.
She makes her frying pan a drying pan.
Yeah.
I think
the animations for her are just, if anybody's not playing along, they're really good. They're just some really delightful, cute animations.
She keeps pulling herself together,
by
literally fixing her hair and straightening her corset and wiping, repowdering her nose, and just whoop, now she's back to normal again. And then like somebody says something and she's back off crying and her hair's a mess, and it's just really charming.
I like her a lot because she reminds me of like what an Ace Attorney client would be, which is like someone who's like no one believes them and they're really sad and crying about it.
And she's got like such a wild story.
Yeah, like
this felt like such a classic case already.
Yeah.
And
like pulled right out of the heart of what Phoenix Wright is supposed to be.
Yeah, and it's fun. I was having so much fun. Like, I kind of wish there was a little more, like, Trucy and Athena. Like, they just kind of run in and do, like, a comic relief bit.
They literally did the thing where they come in, they go, don't forget about us, and then immediately leave.
Yeah. I wish there was, like, a little more of that. But, like,
off to the side.
Maya's back in. Love Maya.
She's
back to normal.
She's out of Karain. And now she's here, and she's like, let's get burgers and solve mysteries, and that's my homie.
Yeah. She's, like, so enthusiastic, too. She's like, this is the best case ever. I am so happy to be back in it. This is
Yeah,
great.
she loves law.
Let's have a party, everybody. The judge, she's inviting people like to her welcome back party in court.
and
Yeah.
like,
And Edrith is like, no.
but
So
then
you can invite me after.
I think so. I think we have to talk about the butts in the room, which is Larry, right? Like, he's back. 3D Larry. Here's my problem. I'll say it right now. I'm a Larry enjoyer. Okay, I actually like the guy. He's.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta kill somebody, right?
You gotta kill somebody. He's a lovable scamp. You know. He. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Make your case.
We don't have another character that quite fills the role of Larry Butts, right? Like, Larry is an anomaly who manages to muck up literally everything. He's like he's like a monkey wrench. He's the gremlin on the plane, and like, I think this case would have gone like, I think without him it would have been more straightforward, and that's just a fact. Everything that he does is like fucking pratfalls and shit like that. We need a clown. We need a jester, and Larry fills that role.
I accept your petition for clown.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish that we got all of that without the other parts of Larry.
Without the womanizing, yeah, I hear
It's
you.
not even womanizing, because like the women are not participating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like, man, this is sad. Like, should we get you to rehab? Like, what's happening here?
It's funny to see like a character who like is as free flowing as Larry, because there's the original red, blue, yellow trio, right, which is Phoenix Wright, Miles Edgeworth, and then Larry, and then like eventually the red, blue, yellow trio became Phoenix Wright, Apollo, and Athena. I really almost did forget her fucking name. It's just nice to see like a character from the very beginning come back at the very end, like a fucking bookend. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I feel comfortable having him here, despite the fact that I know that he's going to make my life way more stressful.
I mean, it was kind of fun to like, Miles is being so snooty, and Phoenix is like, all right, bet. I'm gonna call Larry to the stand, and Miles is like, no.
Larry has an anime, so like he's 3D now, and all of his old Larry animations have been brought to the third dimension. But he has a specifically new animation in which he mimics your objection, and
So cute.
It was really fucking good. I enjoyed that part. He has a new jacket because he's trying to kickstart his new picture book. Hugh Piglet? Is that right? Hugh Piglet?
I think it's incomprehensible to me.
He's kind of he came up with Francie's Whippity Whip Trip, and that like popped off apparently, which is strange. I can't believe that he actually has like. It's fucked up that Phoenix Wright went to art school and that his best friend, who I bet did not go to art school, became like a renowned children's book author.
Became the actual artist. Yeah.
You know what? Shout out to self-taught artists. Get in there, make it happen, because God knows I'm not.
Listen, I'm not saying that if you need to like have an art degree to become a renowned artist. I'm saying that it should not have been Larry. Like, specifically him. Anyone else, hey, you know what? You make that shit happen. I believe in you. But Larry, I can't believe
Larry,
he fucking did it.
get out of here.
He breaks Ellie out of like fucking the hold or whatever. It like sneaks her off an airship, this fucking Final Fantasy airship, brings her over to Phoenix Wright, who he hasn't seen in like 10 years.
He does think she's eloping with him.
Yeah, he thinks every woman in the area is eloping with him. That's not news. Like, he's
I'm just
dead.
saying, you literally went to her wedding.
Yeah, he doesn't know what a wedding is.
Homewrecker.
He just thinks that that's where people say hello to each other. He doesn't know what a home is.
That can't be true.
He lived in a shack underneath a mountainside. Remember that?
Is a shack not a home?
Not if Larry's in it.
Whoa, okay.
Wow. That gave me whiplash.
Renowned Larry enjoyer here. I don't know. I like the guy. I recognize why he's a fucking pest and should be like tased. but I think it's very funny to see other characters go, "Shut the fuck up, Larry." You know what I mean? Like, there's a scene where like he brings you to the airship, and then Phoenix Wright's like, "Are you gonna show me around?" And he's already talking to some random girl. Phoenix goes, "I'll just wait for him to get rejected. It'll take a couple minutes," and then he comes back and be like, "Hey man, what's going on?"
That did make me. A lot of things made me laugh out loud in this case. Like,
there's some good bits in here. The bit with Edgeworth's car pulling up and Maya doing an Edgeworth impersonation, and she's like, "That was pretty good. I got you, didn't I, Nick?"
She really did get
like,
me.
He's like,
that car JPEG
actually.
appeared.
So
yeah, it just appears. Phoenix almost gets hit by another car, basically.
Gumshoe's been locked in that car since the last time we saw him, and he can't get out.
Dude, Gumshoe, I think, is like... So, Gumshoe, the missing person in the room. We don't have our boy Gumshoe. Gumshoe was mentioned. Maya says the word Gumshoe.
That might be our first Gumshoe mention in
long
2 games.
Oh, man. I miss that guy.
Gumshoe mentioned. So, like, where is he?
Good question.
What do they do with him? They gotta bring him back. You know what I mean?
Give me my Gumshoe spinoff, you know?
The problem is that we know that this is the last case in the timeline. So, like...
Yeah,
the
this
last
is
case in the timeline so far.
Yeah, so far. This is it chronologically.
As of recording in 2024, there is no more. You know?
Yeah.
We do get Maya back as our dutiful assistant, thank God. We needed her. Because our other assistant is currently helping out our adopted daughter with her magic show. And it's weird that Phoenix Wright was like, "Athena, you made a promise, you have to stick through it." Like...
Later, he's like, "Okay, actually that's a little much. I'll talk to Trucy about it later." And I'm like, "Sir, you gotta parent a little more."
Do you think I mean, we know for sure that Phoenix Wright is a hands-off parent, right? Like,
oh
yes.
my god.
Yes.
Trucy was absolutely that kid getting lost at the creek with her bicycle. Meanwhile, Phoenix Wright is 3 grape bottles deep at the fucking piano playing Cash Rules Everything Around Me. God, Trucy. It's a little sad because, like, I also really do like Trucy.
I love Trucy.
And it seems kind of
good.
I understand that we can't bring Trucy on this case because this is supposed to be, like, the OG crew. But, like, I feel like she earned her place.
Yeah, actually, here's the thing. We've had 2 people tag along during investigations before. It has happened. It's not common, but it has happened. I would love to see Maya and Trucy interactions. Like,
yeah. They'd be so cute together.
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes, yes, is it more difficult to do, like, writing out all the dialogue? Because every single thing now that you can interact with in the world, you got to consider 3 people talking about the item, right? And how they might react, et cetera, you know, as opposed to just deciding for 2 people. But
then also they have to figure out how to write cases without fucking spoiling shit, and I feel like that's fucking harder.
Yeah. So, and, you know, I don't know. It just feels like we had some opportunities here as well, and we passed them up. Because, I don't know, is there a rigid structure, like, declaration? Do producers say, like, does Ashiro go like, you know, it should really just be Phoenix and Maya, right? It should just be those 2 because we want that classic feel, right? So I understand if that's what their decision was. I did look around a little bit and I didn't see a ton on that discussion wise, but this is another Mr. Famous case. So this is his other one that he wrote. In addition to the Soba case. So
and we had a lot of fun with that one too.
My goat.
He's just kind of doing some middle of the game style cases, right? These are some middle of the game ass cases.
This is like case 2 or 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, this definitely feels like
it's got
case
those vibes.
3 or a case 2, but like in a good way because we often love those.
Mr.
Except
Famous
for Big Berry Circus, get that shit out of here.
Mr. Famous, if you're somehow listening to this, can you sign my PET? Thank you.
Not what I thought you were gonna say.
I have a personal electronic terminal from Mega Man Battle Network 4 that I would like for him to sign. That's my opinion on that. In my opinion, I mean my desire. And so there.
My opinion is that he should sign it.
My opinion is that I should get what I want.
My opinion is that Mr. Famous should also sign Tiago's
PET.
PET.
Yeah. The
Mhm.
PET.
From Mega Man and Battle Network 4. The, I think, least popular Mega Man. So, we investigate the reception hall. And if you remember correctly, this is the reception hall where there is not one but two receptions. The body
this
of...
is a Sky reception hall.
This is a Sky reception hall because this is owned by Sprocket Airlines. One of the biggest Sprocket Airlines... One of the biggest airlines in the fucking country. And, so here's my thing. I remember I was playing this card case, and I thought to myself, how do I make a Boeing airline joke? And I couldn't
I was
quite
thinking
get
the
there.
same thing. But where do we go from here?
It is kind of incredible that Pierce tried to, like, cover up the body of a person who I assumed at this point Pierce killed. I think Pierce is the killer.
This man would assassinate a whistleblower. Just saying.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. He'd do it with
He's
the
like,
smile on
I've
his
set the
face.
money aside in the budget for it.
He 100% did it.
We've hired an Agent
It's
47.
him,
It'll be
Mr.
fine.
Gloomsboro or whatever. He was trying to save Ellen. And then Mr. Pierce killed him and then ordered everyone to restage and lied to Soren, because that doesn't seem hard. Soren's a piece of cardboard of a man. And then
Yeah, okay. All right, we got to talk since we're
yeah,
here.
okay.
What does she see in this man?
Absolutely
No
nothing.
offense, Soren, but come on, buddy.
Miss
You've
Soren,
given me nothing to go on.
Oh, he needs me. Oh,
Soren
no, he
Sprocket
doesn't.
does not talk to anyone. He writes a lot of notes, and I thought for a split second he was going to be mute the entire time, but it turns out that he just ignores everybody unless they have to do with time travel, or that's it.
Planes.
That might be more
Plans.
interesting. Like if we had to do a case like in sign language or something like that, like an ASL case.
Yes,
Right.
but Soren,
I hope they'd be sensitive about that, but you know, it's Ace Attorney.
we can't be sure.
Yeah, 50-50 shot.
So Soren, in every interaction we've had with him, has been so far miserable. I don't like him, and he does look like a Fire Emblem character. If Fire Emblem was steampunk, I gotta add that addendum because I don't think Fire Emblem I would consider steampunk. Now, there's one moment where Soren is like shows any emotion for his wife, in which he shows up to right before the trial, and his bride goes like, "Oh, Soren, are you here for me?" And he goes, "Yeah, where are the blueprints for my time machine?" And she goes, "Oh, it's in the drawer at the bottom left of your desk." And he goes, "Thank you." And then a pause, and then he says, "Please come home," while looking forlornly away with his cap covering his eyes. So, like, I can
You
understand.
giving one sweet comment doesn't fix the fact that you're being an asshole.
I think he's supposed to be the archetype
Fix your
of, like,
personality.
the aloof lover who, you know, has a
He's
heart
got
of gold
so much
underneath it.
trauma. Only
He's got a
she can
lot of
help
trauma.
him.
Only my literal maid can help me.
Yeah, I need to marry my maid because she's the only one who can keep my horrible, messy life in order, kind of thing.
Boo.
She's too good for you, Soren.
Dude, honestly, yes. Now, going back to the reception hall, the body was found in a Pegabull statue. For some reason, the mascot for this airline is a bull. Strange.
Yeah. Do we need to say anything beyond the
We
fact
need to talk
that
about the elephant in the room here.
there's a Pegamoo and a Pegabull?
Very peggable.
Is it Pegabull?
Oh, I now see what you guys are saying.
And
Wait.
the game doesn't make this joke, right?
It does
because
not.
it can't.
I would've noticed.
It cannot. It cannot, right?
Okay.
But if you're reading this aloud, it sounds very suggestive all the time.
It's like it's a Pegasus bull.
Yes.
I'm glad I wasn't reading it out loud.
I'm glad for once in my life my mind was out of the gutter. I didn't get this until just now. That's kind of
Phoenix looks over and he's like, "Well, is that Pegabull?" It's like,
shut
I don't
the fuck
know.
up.
Is it?
That's actually really funny if you think about it. That's actually not bad. All right, so I guess we're moving right to past. Fuck that.
Yeah, there you go. That's all there is to say, really, right? It's like,
we have to fucking. So, like, despite we know that the fact that the murder happened on the Vista deck, we don't get to interact with the Vista deck at this moment because right now we think it happened at the reception hall because the body was found in the reception hall. Also, very loose reason to accuse our client. She was found holding the murder weapon above the body, and that's it. That's the only reason why we think that she's the murderer.
Also, everyone is pretty consistent on, like, well, she wouldn't have killed him normally, so it must have been a self-defense murder.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is not, like, obviously this
Right.
needs to go to trial, but,
Yeah.
like, she's not, like, liable.
And when-
like, we can make this work, guys.
yeah, and when we get into court, Edgeworth's argument is after Dumas is knocked out, then she swings again and intentionally kills him, which is what removes, obviously, the justified self-defense.
Oh, she hit him twice. Boo.
So since she hit him twice when he was down and knocked out, that makes it explicitly murder. But it's like,
what if those were hits
there's
were
still
in quick
some room
succession?
here. We can make some arguments here.
Here's my thing.
Also, fuck him.
What if he's like a cool guy? Here's the thing. There's no reason why it wouldn't be just like a double tap for self-defense. Like if someone's trying to kill me and
I'm hitting 3 times.
And you
Don't
know
come at me.
that if you don't kill them, they're going to kill you.
yeah, exactly. I'm fucking swinging twice. What the fuck?
Or even just like, if I kill him by accident, I wouldn't want to, but like, stay down. Don't get back up.
Wait, actually, really funny. We have
That
time.is
just makes
open.
sense,
It's
so.
National Paper Airplane Day. That's like funny timing.
Dox ourselves, like, once again.
It's no, that's
Detectives
hot.
are looking up National Paper Airplane Day so they know when we're recording.
Whatever.
That's fine.
I
So,
like to be prepped. Simple as that.
We like to be prepped. I think that this is a pretty loose case, but for some reason, we always have loose cases, right? Like we never have a clear cut and dry like our client's innocent. Phoenix Wright, I think is interesting because it challenges Phoenix Wright's like creed of always believe in your client because your client says I time traveled, and Phoenix goes, okay, I mean, no, you didn't, but
he never quite believes her, but
Yeah.
he's like, you know what? Let's see what happens if we give it a shot.
it's kind of interesting because he never says I don't believe her story, I believe in my client, but like that is essentially what's happening, which is like he
Also,
doesn't
like-
believe her story, but he believes in the client.
Also, he says, like, okay, he keeps saying, like, she experienced 2 receptions,
Yeah,
Right.
which
And
is
that's what
true. And he
that's what he
believes her,
goes
but
to,
also
really.
not time travel.
Yeah. It's like he believes what she went through, what she literally witnessed, but not necessarily her interpretation of it, which was time travel, right? So he goes to, yeah, let's think here. Actually, maybe it's two receptions that happened here.
I
Which-
was kind of holding out for time travel. I was really hoping that there would be sci-fi, and
You thought we'd all of a sudden, in the very last case, chronologically, that all of a sudden we'd be introducing time travel as a real thing happening in the Ace Attorney world.
All right, hear me out, okay?
A Professor Layton ass twist if there I ever saw one.
Hear me
Professor
out.
Layton would be like, time travel's real, and then it would be like, time travel's not real. Psych!
Okay, hear me out. All right, time travel is real at the fucking very end of Ace Attorney, and Phoenix Wright goes back in time to try law against his ancestor Ryunosuke.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got. I only know his name.
That
is
sounds like a
Ryunosuke.
spoiler.
I don't know. Wait, is that a spoiler?
It's not a spoiler. You're guessing.
I'm
I don't
making
think it's important to the story of the game, but yeah.
I'm making shit
Listen,
up.
I'm fucking around. It's been a long day.
Speaking
Tiago's
of
dying.
spoilers here, what did you think of Larry Butts's, and all the time traveler stuff? Like, what did you think of him claiming that he saw a pterodactyl? Did you recognize what that was immediately?
Yeah, I know what it is immediately.
We're all just looking here at the screen, pointing like, I know what that is. I just can't say it yet.
It's the bench. The sign in the bench. I don't know what it is, guys.
Bros, you got it.
Right.
You 100%.
Okay.
It's that broken sign that has in the shape of a pterodactyl broken into it.
I saw that shit immediately.
I was worried that I was like missing something, and I was like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure it's that." Haha, but like, okay.
Yeah, no, it's clearly that, and
I'm tired.
this something was going on with that sign being lifted right past the window, right, or was right next to the window. Somehow something was going on there, and Larry just happened to see it and thought it was a pterodactyl, right?
What I think happened is that the airship was not in the sky at the moment. It was parked on the ground, but it was parked close enough to the bench. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, there's two possibilities. One, the airship was in the sky. The fucking map got, like, brought all the way up into the air, or the other option, which is the ship was on the ground and that's where Larry saw it. Now, Larry is one of the key witnesses because he saw shit as usual, and he also did shit as usual, such as sneak into the hold to take a picture of Ellie, and then
during her own wedding.
I truly think Larry Butts doesn't know what a wedding is. I think no one told him. And I think that he's making an assumption. And
Phoenix even has a line where he's like, "Larry, what the fuck are you? You know what? Never mind. It's fine."
I also don't know if Larry knows what elope means. I think sometimes he says stuff and that he's not sure. You know what I mean?
I think Larry's stupid.
I think Larry's clinically insane, and this is my defense for why he should be not incarcerated, but rather brought to
free. He should remain a menace to society.
He should remain a menace to society.
Your Honor, he should go free because he makes me laugh.
God damn it.
Your Honor, if he doesn't go free, someone else would rise as the town fool, and we can't risk another one.
Your Honor, if we put him away, then where would all the whimsy in the world go?
There's plenty of goddamn whimsy.
Your Honor, another Joker
Look around
simply...
at this video game we're in.
Has there... You know what? That's true. We haven't seen, like, a fool in a while. Not really... I mean, we also have the Larry theme song. No one else has that theme.
You're saying you want a jester?
Yeah, I want a jester. Why wouldn't I?
I'll put it down for the future. Who knows?
The town idiot.
The town idiot. We need a town idiot. Is there, like, an Ace Attorney tarot deck? Because Larry Butts is the fool.
I'm sure someone's done.
I was gonna say, yeah, somebody
Ace
has to have done that, right?
Yeah,
there's got to be a zine out there where somebody made a Ace Attorney tarot deck.
The judge would be Judgment.
I thought you were gonna say Ace Attorney pterodactyl.
Ace Attorney branded pterodactyls. Yep.
Hell yeah, dude! It's been a while since we saw a funny court mascot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got so many.
Yeah,
we've got the Blue Badger, we've got the Phony Fanty, we got all kinds of
Phony Fanty does not capture my heart the way
Blue Badger does. Yeah, it's true.
What about Bad Rap Rhiny?
Barely recall him.
Bum Rap Rhiny. Whatever.
See how memorable it was?
Not memorable.
Fucking
Blue Badger, 2 words, simple. Design simple.
What about Baby Badger?
Iconic
and Pink Badger?
song and motion.
True.
I could do that dance in my sleep.
Wait, Ben, is that true?
Probably. I mean, I've never attempted it, but
Don't we have a TikTok? Can you record that?
Don't. Oh my god.
A single video of myself.
We're too old for TikTok.
Yeah.
We're too old.
I am 30 or 40 years old. I'm not allowed to be on TikTok.
Yeah. We just can't be there. They told us to leave.
The other bit that I, just as far as like little tiny conversational bits that I thought was funny, was also the one with Phoenix and Edgeworth talking about marriage.
Yes.
Because Edgeworth makes a comment, something about like, oh, the marriage ceremony on an airship is very romantic. And Phoenix is like, when'd you get so sappy and sweet, Edgeworth? And he's like, what, am I not allowed to observe that a marriage is, this kind of like setup is kind of romantic? And Phoenix is like, what, are you going to get married soon, Edgeworth? You thinking about marriage? And he's like, absolutely not. Leave me alone.
Uh-oh. I can't believe that one of them is thinking about marriage and that it's not Phoenix Wright.
It would be Miles, though. They also, like, bitch at each other about giving people flowers for a while. And I'm like, boy, is there something going on?
Hey, if you want, like, basically like Fujoshi bait like conversations in a case, trust me, you're gonna get more between Phoenix and Miles before this is over. So keep an eye out.
Oh boy.
That's true as shit, homie. I think it's incredible that Miles Edgeworth still has the same level of sassiness despite not being in the court in a long time. He's like he does say a line which is wild, which is like, the rest of the prosecutor's office were cowards. Therefore I had to step up to the mantle. And I'm like, bro, I mean, like, I know Godot left, but there's gotta be some other prosecutors who aren't cowards.
I mean, what's he left with, right? Like, Francisca's working for Interpol now. Naida's country just survived a coup. Godot's in prison.
Or dead.
Probably both.
Right. I got a comment actually from
Clavier. Where's Clavier?
Yeah, from Dojo on Twitter. One of our listeners, Dojo, said that they looked into this line, right? Because they thought, well, that's a little odd that Edgeworth would call all the other prosecutors cowards, in the office. And apparently in Japanese, the line is a little bit more like everyone else in the office was nervous or scared about taking this case because it was so high profile, So he decided to take it to quote unquote lead by example and show that the office wouldn't bow to political pressure.
All right.
So it's a little bit more in that line. And Dojo
nicer.
said this because they wanted to defend Blackwell's honor, basically, because they're a big Blackwell fan.
Dude, that's so correct. Blackwell's the
You know what? That's fair. I think Blackwell would take this case.
I think he would too, right?
That's kind of nonsense now that I consider it.
So
Blackwell's on vacay.
Slight, oddity in
Simon's
localization, right?
I like that a bit better because it portrays Miles as a slightly as a better boss, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
Because when there's a dirty job and you're the manager, sometimes you gotta
roll up your sleeves. Yeah. It just take.
You're getting paid more. You do it.
I think Simon Blackwell is on vacation because it's September in the game. And I don't know if that's where Cherry Blossom season is in Japan, but maybe he's going to go to...
No, that's usually... Yeah,
he's going
spring.
to TGS is what's happening.
Tokyo Game Show! My guy's got to find out what's happening with Elden Ring.
Oh, I got so excited about that. I got irrationally excited about the idea of Simon.
Simon really big into Elden Ring?
I mean, this happens on what, September 20th, right?
September 21st. Remember the 21st night of September.
Yeah, remember the 21st night of September. Yeah, it was when you're investigating. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. I think Blackwell will have a Dex build. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can plan out Simon's fucking Elden Ring build.
I think I could. I think I'm equipped.
I mean, we could.
I trust you.
I've never played.
Can't you be like a ninja
guy,
or
right?
something?
Huh?
Whatever the weird Japanese class you can play in Elden Ring is, that's what he's playing.
There's not really classes in Elden Ring. I mean, you know what?
Maybe we shouldn't do an Elden Ring podcast. Maybe we don't know enough.
You know what? We're not doing the Elden Ring podcast.
Listen, my AC's off right now.
Dude, my AC is also off.
They're dying, Captain.
Yeah.
Boston Squad is perishing.
I know. The fans are getting in the way of the microphones. So we'll get there. We're almost there.
We're moving on.
Yeah, we're so dedicated. We're gonna finish this podcast up, though.
Yeah,
we're professionals.
But yeah, I think that's we got through a lot of the big stuff in the trial there. We talked about Larry. I mean, we skipped over the Emma stuff, but that was right at the start, and that was kind of just going over details. It's almost like tutorial stuff.
Emma did a good job. Nice to see her. Hi, Emma.
It was fun how she's like, "Oh, I love Edgeworth. He's my hero. I want to do a good job testifying.
And you know what?
To impress him.
He's nice to her. Good job. Character development, honestly. He's being nice to a woman.
Truly a step up for Edgeworth.
When he became chief of prosecutor, he realized that he was going to have women underneath it, working underneath him, and he was like, "I should relate to the other sex. I should learn about them." Fucking Christ! I think
Oh, Miles.
I was gonna have a thought, which is just do you think he disrespects women because he has a sister, Francisca? He seems all women are like Francisca. That's his basis of information.
No, he's just that He's just that specific kind of gay guy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think so. Like, I actually do appreciate the relationship between Emma Skye and Miles Edgeworth, but it does create like a gumshoe shaped hole in my chart. You know what I mean? Like, it's like seeing somebody with like a new toy, and it's like, what happened to your old one, man?
Yeah.
I think he's being a lot nicer to her than he was to Gumshoe, and I think that's good because he was too mean to Gumshoe sometimes. He didn't deserve it.
Yes, he was incredibly mean to Gumshoe for a long time, but like,
and now Gumshoe's stuck in the back of his car, never to be released.
Yeah, like this could have been the moment where like Gumshoe redeemed, like the Gumshoe Edgeworth friendship redeem, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't get.
Maybe he's still out there somewhere. Cause like you gotta remember, he trusted Gumshoe with the secret that he didn't actually kill himself when he faked his own death. Like Gumshoe knew.
What a secret.
Big secret, right? And he didn't tell
queen.
anybody.
Do you think, I have to assume at this point, the only explanation for Gumshoe not being here is the fact that, like, Francisca went, hey, I need a detective, I'm taking him, and just took Gumshoe.
Right.
And that
It's true. Francisca promoted him up and he's in Interpol now.
Yeah, like, the fact is that, like, he is still somehow serving the Edgeworth family by serving Francisca. And Francisca is like, if you don't work, I'll kill you. And he goes, I understand, this is my normal relationship with my bosses.
Yeah, this is just how things are. Doesn't everybody have a
boss that's
a boss that is going to kill them at any moment?
God damn Gumshoe.
Actually, yes.
So we have witness testimony from Emma Skye that's just like pretty basic shit, like, oh, the time of death could not have been changed, and then we go, there was dry ice, yes it could have. She goes, wow, good point.
Right. Like I said, it's almost like tutorial
Gosh
stuff.
darn it, you got me.
You got me. Gee,
Aw,
Willikers.
shucks.
We don't prove that it was. We just go, well, we coulda.
Yeah, exactly.
That's enough.
That's enough.
Hey.
The second person that we have to cross-examine is, of course, Larry, because we realized that the body was moved by a party, and then we go, well, what if it wasn't our client? What if it was someone who stole the key card and snuck into the hold? And who do we know did that? One sex pest right over there. And we point into the fucking gallery.
Yep.
Sex pest.
And we
That's
do
what
this
he is.
long bit with
You're right.
Larry where he, we trawl out exactly what he did.
First,
with
you rip
the
him from the
Pegaball.
fucking galley. Just
Yeah.
take him out of the audience.
Yeah, just yank him like with the fucking hooked stick, right?
The fucking
The
judge straight up.
The court horse gets him.
The court horse. The judge goes, bailiff, get him before he runs. Like,
Yeah. And so we go through this long thing with Larry, and we get to the end, and Larry testifies like, "Oh yeah, I like had this happen right after the reception. Then I did this and this and this. Then I did this after the reception." And Phoenix is like, "Well, hang on one second. That doesn't make any sense at all. You did this after the reception, and then an hour later you did another thing after the reception? After the next reception? It doesn't make any sense at all." And they're like, "Well, it's because reception had happened twice." So we have this like really goofy like realization that leads us into the time travel declaration in front of Edgeworth. And I don't know. It was funny and dumb in a way that I appreciated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just a really, really basic, stupid ass thing that Larry says.
It's almost like we like Ace Attorney when they go back to the basics.
Yeah. And you just have to go like, wait a minute, Larry, this doesn't make any goddamn sense what you said, but I'm going to take it seriously and follow that logic through to the end, which means that there were 2 receptions.
Edgeworth hates time travel. He straight up says, shut the fuck up, that didn't happen, you stupid piece of shit. Judge, kill this defendant immediately.
That's
Yeah.
me.
That's Rose.
He
And
hates
time
this
travel-
so much.
Time travel frustrates me. There's only one kind of time travel that's acceptable to me,
What is it?
and it's that everything already happened.
Oh.
You
Okay.
traveled back in time, but it already happened. The end.
Okay.
There's a really good couple lines here. Edgeworth says this is pure fiction under the guise of pseudoscience's best. There is no such thing as time travel. And Phoenix says, I know it's hard, but can't you suspend your disbelief for
can't you
one
just believe it for a
nanosecond,
couple
Edgeworth?
seconds, bro?
And then Maya responds, I bet sci-fi movies push all your buttons the wrong way. Don't they, Mr. Edgeworth? I can totally picture you yelling, that never happened at the screen every 5 seconds. Maybe you should stay away from movie dates altogether.
Maya tears into him on this one. It's
so
kind of
good.
wild.
She can do it. She can get away with it.
She got
It's
so
great.
aggro so quick. It's because she loves to steal Samurai.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you know what? She's probably watched television with this man. She knows.
I think the fucking, I can't believe that we have not proven spirit channeling to Miles Edgeworth, right? Like, I feel like if I was in a world
He
where
just looks away every time it happens.
he was in Karaim. He saw all that shit happen. He saw the pool, the kiddie pool. He knows about the kiddie pool. There's no way.
Wasn't he hiding?
No, he wasn't. He was underground. He was hiding.
Remember, he was in the sewer.
No,
He was
my
hiding
fucking
because he
God.
couldn't be seen or it would cause an international incident.
I can't.
Maya walks up to him and channels Gregory on the spot, and Edgeworth just closes his eyes and goes, I pretend I do not see it.
That
You know
shit
what?
is
No
not
hear, no
happening.
feel.
She shouldn't do that without his consent, anyways.
Like Greg's consent or like Miles's?
Both of their consent.
Okay, well, fine. Then
If someone walked up to me and was like, I'm gonna channel your dead relative right now,
as like
I'm
a
not
prank.
waiting for you to say yes or no, I'd think that was rude.
Well, yes, I'm just saying as far as like trying to prove it to him that it exists.
I
Okay.
think we should put a
He
little
would
more
ignore
effort
any
into proving
evidence that actually happened.
What if she channels like a celebrity? Is that fine?
it. That would be, oh my god, if Maya channels Elvis, I'm gonna lose my shit. Maya,
Elvis.
What if Maya channels Elvis?
I need it.
I
Now,
think
there's only one person who can prove
that's true. Channeling is real.
that this song was written by so and so, right? And that's the king of rock and roll himself.
Whoa, Memo. I can't do it.
Become Johnny Bravo.
I tried for a split second. And the
I
rocks.
mean, I realize there's a lot of overlap between Johnny Bravo and Elvis, but
Oh man.
I played Fallout
Oh,
New
we're doing
Vegas.
great tonight.
I am literally melting. This
Yeah.
has got to be a short one because A, it's too hot, and B, there's not a lot to talk about because, like, surprisingly, most of the shit that we did was reminiscent.
I know this
with
is
our
like a
buddies.
regular ass case. It's not like a
I feel
14
like there's
part
not
case.
that much for us to complain about too. Like we're all like, I feel like we're mostly pretty positive.
yeah.
Like yeah, it's
yeah.
a reunion case.
Larry
it's a
Butts is
pandering.
Rich
to
people
nostalgia,
are
but-
stupid.
Mm-hmm. What? Is that it? Is that all you have to say?
So far, yeah, so far
Okay.
that's what we've gathered.
Okay. I was really you were speaking as if you're gonna say one more thing, and then it just. didn't
I was
happen.
like, wait, I think that's it. I think that's all we learned.
Okay, sweet, understood.
Well, so yes, as we wrap up this court segment, then the last thing that happens basically is as Phoenix proposes the idea of 2 receptions happening, and Edgeworth's like, well, how in the world would that have happened? Everybody in that room, like 100 people or however many it would be, would all have to be sworn to silence and not say anything. And Pierce hops over into this witness stand and goes, yeah, that's exactly what happened. We made everybody there sign NDAs, and we did it twice because Soren wanted to cover up that his wife to be murdered somebody.
I
So
mean,
that's what we did.
to be
And
fair,
it's
like
just-
having that many people keep a secret for so long is just not feasible.
Well,
No.
Yeah.
they all work for him. Like that's their boss. If they don't keep the secret, they get fired.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
presumably
but,
some of them work for him, but like it's still a wedding reception. Some of them are other family members or
Theoretically.
extended
also, like,
family.
Someone's
close
gonna say
friends.
something to their wife when they get home, or like, leak
Granted, it's
something on
only
the
been a
War
day,
Thunder
right?
forums.
So there hasn't been a ton of time for something to leak out. Would have happened eventually, probably, right? But
My theory
still.
is this. I think there's 2 possibilities. A, Dumas was killed by Soren himself, and that's why like everyone in this fucking reception is willing to gaslight this bride because there's like that's the guy, like that's our guy, You know what I mean? That's
Mhm.
Mr. Sprocket. So, like, we
The
can't...
whole Sprocket fortune, is on his shoulders. If he's not designing planes, we're fucked. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
The dead sister came back to life, and
That's true. We do have the
it.
dead sister that we just briefly alluded to in the case.
I
We
was
didn't
going to...
mention her yet here.
Yeah, Soren has a
Chekhov's
dead
dead sister.
What if Maya channels the sister? Boom, bada boom. Would have been...
Ask her some questions. Does she know? It was for a while ago. So what would the sister know about this situation?
She would know. The sister would know.
You
that
never know.
The sister would know that spirits are real and be able to prove it to Miles Edgeworth. That's what the sister provides.
This is true.
For derailing this case to prove ghosts are real to Miles.
I think the other interesting outcome, and I don't think this will happen, but I would really like to see it in an Ace Attorney case, is that the entire reception is responsible for killing Dumas. Like, it's a
murderer on the Orient Express.
Everyone hated him so much that he died and no one said a damn thing.
No, I think it's totally possible that, like, fucking...
It was a collective psychic consciousness. They were like, all right, we're gonna fucking nuke this guy with our brains.
We're gonna hit him in the back of the head with a psycho air attack, and then we'll blame it on the bride. Because I think what happens is that this is a conspiracy to blame it on the bride because the Sprocket family doesn't want the heir to marry a lower class member.
Right. There definitely is a lot of that going on.
There's classism, bro. And we gotta stand up for our blue-collar homies, okay? This lady's gotta get wed. She's gotta get that bread, okay? I'm supporting her. She's chasing the bag.
She does a good job.
You know, she really does.
I support her chasing the bag.
The funniest animation she has is that when she's in the detention center, she's wiping down the glass in between us. Because she's like, I'm as really clean as...
I would be doing that too, though. If that shit was smudgy, I would be like, who's got glass cleaner?
I mean, I would make the fucking...
Oh shit, bleep that out.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, no brands.
No brands.
We came up with this really late bit in the fucking...
I need you to like get like a computer modulated voice that says glass cleaner and put it over top of that.
Alright, yeah,
you can just bleep it out.
Microsoft Sam.
No, I think, Rose, if you just give us a clean cut of the word glass cleaner, we have it handled.
It could be a
like
dirty
right
cut.
now?
That would be funnier.
Yeah, like right now.
Glass cleaner.
Perfect.
There you go, Ben.
Yeah,
there we go.
There you go.
We don't have to do that, though.
You don't have to do anything you want. You're the fucking captain here. We obey your rules.
Well, I won't go that far.
I mean, wait.
Well, as far as this ship goes, then I think we've mostly run it aground.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm covered in sweat right now.
Well, let's go ahead and dock then. Tie this one to the pier.
Tiago jumps into the
predictions
ocean
before we close it out here. Then Tiago, we kind of got yours.
I think it would be sick if it was the entire reception responsible for Dumas's death. I think Dumas has a note that says bring Ellen over to the Vista deck and throw her over, and the way that they described that it was smudged is strange to me, where they're like, oh, this was smudged with someone who wrote it with their right hand, and I'm like, I guess. I don't know. I don't write like that, but whatever. But if it's not, the only two possible other people are Pierce and Soren, and I hope it's not Soren, because if it's Soren, Ellen's not going to get married, and that's sad to think about.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for Ellen's happiness.
I stand by my earlier theory. Gloomsbury was trying to save her at Soren's request. Pierce killed him and is framing her for the good of the company.
Right.
For the company.
Yeah, I'm with Rose.
You don't like mine?
I think
mine's a little simplistic, but consistent.
I think yours is pretty rad, but I think Rose makes more sense.
I see.
Alrighty. Well, lines have been drawn, sides have been taken.
Sides have been taken, I say. Ben, you're burdened by knowledge, so you can't have any.
Yep, so, I can't answer this one because I know the truth.
So as usual, it's me against the world. I see how it is.
All right, well, we will come back in 2 weeks' time to wrap this case up, so stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to keep up with everything else we do, you can go to our website, updatedautopsy.report, and that will give you links to all of our socials, and keep you up to date on everything that we're doing. Also, you can watch all of our Let's Plays with Dessy and I playing through the game at youtube.com/@Yotseben. You can follow me on pretty much all social media sites at Yotseben. Dessy, where can people find you?
Sleeping.
And Tiago?
You can find me on the website formerly known as Twitter, at Tiago S. Dutra. I only have my link tree in bio. That's me.
And Rose.
You can find me at Rose Nonsense on various social medias, but not all. You can find me walking several blocks around Fenway Park because there's a game and they fucking closed all the goddamn streets and won't let me walk through on my way home from work.
That's personal. We're calling out the Boston Red Sox for that one?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
'em.
Yeah. Okay, understood.
But that's where you'll find me.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you'll rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. Those reviews really do make a difference. Next time, we will be playing the second half of Turnabout Time Travel. See you then. Bye.
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 Reactivate your AC units.
I reactivate my AC unit
my-
on full blast, 62 degrees.
I'm scrambling for my fan. Here I go. Whee!
Yeah, make sure to turn that shit on and make sure you get it onto the recording so that way you can have something for the post song bit.
I don't want them to have to listen to that.
No, they want to, trust.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
Yeah, but you're not them. You're you.
They can turn
There's
it
no
off.
way. There is no way for you to know, Rose.
The golden rule is don't treat others the way you want to be treated.
That's not it.
That's not correct.
Stop
is-
me recording.
That is okay. Fine.